So I've been using the Ender 3 V3 Plus, aka the younger brother to the K1 Max, for about 6 months now, and it's honestly one of the most underrated printers for the price. If you saw my K1 Max review video, you know I said that's the best printer I've ever owned, and this one delivers that same reliability at a more affordable level. In this video, I'll show you why the Creality Ender 3 V3 Plus deserves more attention and whether or not this is the printer for you. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So now going from the specs, this printer is basically the exact same as the K1 Max. It just doesn't have that full box enclosure that you get with the K1 Max, but all the parts and all the things and all the UI and the system and everything like that is the exact same. It comes with a 300 by 300 by 330, so a little bit taller than the 300 cube that you get with the K1 Max. It comes with a Core XZ, so you do not have to level this printer at all, and that is amazing. I hated the barbaric times of using a piece of paper to level a bed. Nobody wants to do that in the big 2.5 going on 2.6. You do not have to use the paper or do anything like that. It auto levels by itself, and once it's leveled, it's going. It comes with the unicorn nozzle, so the same nozzle that comes in that K1 Max that has that full nozzle anti-clog and the full gear extruder kit, it comes with that exact same thing. It's so insane that the parts are literally interchangeable between the two printers that you don't even have to worry about anything. And it also comes with the high speed. You do not want to do a bed slinger with high speed because your quality will drop immensely, so I highly recommend don't even doing the high speed that it advertises it comes with. But if you want to do that, you have that option there to use the high speed and go crazy with that. And the maintenance is easy. I've had to do a little bit of maintenance on this printer because I had one clog. This entire 6 months, 7-8 months that I've owned this printer, I've only had one clog, and the clog was very easy to fix because, like I said, it comes with that K1 Max gear system. You take it out, you look inside, you plug the filament, you reinstall it. Simple as that, nothing crazy at all. Yeah, that's basically it for the specs. Everything is basically interchangeable between the K1 Max and the Ender 3 V3 Plus. Creality probably made it like that for people to like do the exact same thing. I don't know what they were thinking, but it is the exact same. Also, I forgot to mention that the Y support rods on this printer is very sturdy to give that printer more support if you want to print higher speeds. Like I said, I don't recommend ever sending a bed slinger to high speeds because your quality will drop immensely, but if you do decide to, it does have very good support rods to keep it in place, and it also has very good quick extruder exchange kits, so you can quick swap the nozzle just like on the K1 Max, the exact same, no different. You can quick swap the nozzles if need be, and you can go about printing and go about your day. Right now this printer is on sale for $339. I got mine for $320 on a sale 6 months ago. They're running this holiday sale, and you can get this printer basically for scraps. I'm telling you, every one of these 3D print websites are giving these printers out for low prices. My brother just got his Elegoo Centuri Carbon for $300, and it was worth around $400 to $500. The sale literally are kicking, and especially since it's the holidays right now, I highly recommend to jump on some sales. I'm thinking they're going to do a New Year's sale as well to get these printers gone. I don't know why they run so many sales, but I'm taking advantage, and y'all should take advantage as well. So I got it for $320. It's $339 right now. It usually runs for $500, so you're saving, like it says on the screen, you're saving $140. $140 for this printer, and this is a basically not a mini K1 Max. It's basically like a dumbed down version of a dumbed down version of a dumbed down version, if that makes sense. This printer is basically another K1 Max for $300, so I highly recommend to jump on it now if you would jump on it at any time. Now moving on to the pros and the cons of this printer. Firstly, the pros: it is very quiet. I know I said in my K1 Max video how that printer is terribly loud and I can't sleep. This printer is nothing like that. I would only recommend getting this printer because of the simple fact that it's quiet and it has little squeaks, but they're so subtle that you can barely even hear it going on. So this printer is not loud at all. I've had multiple times where I had to run it faster than normal. I had to put it faster, and it's still very quiet. There's no quiet mode on it. There is a quiet mode on it that you could put, but I never put it on the quiet mode. I always have it on the normal settings, and it's still very quiet, and I'm able to sleep, and I'm able to actually do things without hearing this printer in the back of my mind. Now the K1 Max did get a firmware update where it's quieter and it's more manageable, and I can actually sleep now with that printer going on. The V3 Plus, there was no issue issue about noise at all. It's just little squeaks going on, squeaks. There's nothing really crazy about the volume and everything going on like that with this printer that I have to worry about anymore. Next, we have the reliability of this printer. Like I said earlier, I've only had one clog on this printer ever, and I've had this printer for almost more than 6 months now, about 8 months, and I've only had one clog. And like I said before, this has the exact same extruder kit as the K1 Max, and you guys know how reliable the K1 Max is. It's the exact same thing. It has that gear system, it has that unicorn nozzle, and it has that anti-clog feature. I've had no problem with this printer reliability wise. It's easy to put in the software, it's easy to get printing, it's easy to move everything around, it's easy to manage. I have the UI of this printer as well. It's the exact same as the K1 Max's UI. Everything is where it needs to be. Everything is simple with the settings. You can touch, you know where to go with this printer. You will never be lost and you will never be confused. The reliability and UI of this printer is genuinely mind-blowing. It's a K1 Max. It's a K1 Max for $300, and it just performs beautifully and it does what it needs to do. It won't clog on you unless you're putting harsher materials in it, and even then, putting harsher materials like transparent PLA, PETG, different materials that you throw at this printer, it could probably still do it, like carbon fibers and flexible PLA, stuff like that you throw at this printer. I think it could still do it because they have that gear extruder system, and it won't clog and it won't mess up on you, and you'll still have a great printer to keep going. Moving on from the reliability of the printer, I know y'all been waiting for the quality of the printer. This printer prints beautiful quality. I will say it rivals the K1 Max in terms of quality. And y'all might be like, there's no way. K1 Max is a Core XY. The quality in there is guaranteed to be beautiful. That is true, but this printer puts out amazing quality, and it's super duper quick. Like, my estimates on my stuff, on my slicer, is always wrong because this printer is always faster than the expectation of the slicer. So moving on from that, I have Ella's Gersmont from Rainbow Six Siege here in its beginning stages. If y'all know, y'all know. Look at that right there. It did this detail piece perfectly. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up perfectly in the camera. There we go. It did this detailed piece perfectly, and then you can see the range right there that it did. It scratched a little bit, so don't mind that, but quality wise, this printer has done amazing stuff. I have multiple different projects with it. I have Echo's mace, I have Echo's mask, even Echo's hoverboard. A little bit of it was printed on here. If I have B-roll of the beginning stages of printing those out, I will post it right now. But this printer puts out amazing quality. I would say it rivals the K1 Max easily in terms of quality and what it produces. So do not sleep on this printer in terms of the quality because it is beautiful. Moving on from that, we got the cons of this printer. First things first, Creality decided to make this printer with the spool holder on the side. I do not know why Creality put the spool holder on the side because it is so inconvenient. When I first got this printer, I couldn't even use the spool holder because it's right next to my K1 Max and there's not enough room. So what I did was I went on Coast3D and I put it in the description down below. I just printed myself a new spool holder that just goes vertically instead of having it out to the side. Creality could have put that spool holder on the back. You could have pulled what the dude did online and what the modeler made was put it vertically. There's so many different ways you can put the spool holder. Instead, they decided, let's just put it on the side and just have it be obnoxious and in everybody's way. So that is a terrible design flaw, and you could just make it simple. You shouldn't have to make a new spool holder to put it there and to do everything you need to do. It should already come with space in mind, and not having it be like that, it's not that big of a deal, but it kind of is at the same time. So I just printed out the new spool holder, put it there, and it worked perfectly fine. Next, we have the bed. I don't know what is it with Creality and these new printers and having these beds be so like off-putting. This bed is so tacky and sticky and adhesive. Now, you might be like, yo, that's a good thing. Don't you want your bed to be sticky and adhesive and have good adhesion? Yes, but it's too much. I can't get prints off the bed. I let the prints cool down and they still can't get off the bed. You have to pry very, very hard. Now, some of y'all might be like, oh, I need that. I need my bed to be sticky. I need it to be adhesive. So I like that. But for me, it's just too difficult getting prints off the bed without struggling to get it off. I literally cut myself a few times getting prints off the bed. It's not that big of a deal. Like I said, with the K1 Max, you can buy a new bed sheet. You can buy a new textured PEI sheet, but not everybody wants to keep buying new textured PEI sheets. It should come textured from the factory. I'm standing on that hill and I keep saying that. The PEI sheet should come textured from the factory so you don't have to deal with stuff like that. Because my K1 Max, my props just prop right off the bed. Simple, easy, nothing to worry about. But it is terrible to have to go with bad adhesive and pry it off the bed every single time a print gets done. But other than those two things, there's no other cons of this printer that is basically like main. I will say though, I've had to get another replacement printer because my first one malfunctioned in the setup. When I set this printer up, I set it up perfectly, but apparently if you don't put the beams on perfectly, your printer would just glitch out and spaz out and you can't use it and it'll malfunction. That happened to me. So I don't know if that's a con, but I'm just gonna put it in there because like that, it was crazy that it malfunctioned on me. But other than that, those two cons of having the bad bed and having the bad spool holder when it first comes in, this printer is amazing. So my final thoughts, would I recommend this printer to y'all? Yes. If you do not have the money to get a K1 Max, get a V3 Plus. Like I've been saying this entire video, they're the exact same printer. The only thing that's different is it comes with a box enclosure on the K1 Max, and you won't get that with the V3 Plus, but you'll get more build volume. Like you get the 330 build volume instead of the 300. So I highly recommend for the $300 price point that Creality offers on this printer, it is very much worth it to get. The pros outweigh the cons heavily. Like the only two pros were the bed and the spool holder. As for the bed, you can always get a new textured PEI sheet for 20-30 bucks and eliminate that problem as a whole. I'm still running the default stock bed, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do that as well and get a textured PEI sheet soon. And for the spool holder, I forgot to mention that Creality themselves offer a different spool holder that you can print out, and the dude on Coast 3D offers the different one. I recommend going to Coast 3D because his model is actually really engineered right and good, but Creality also does offer that as well. So those two problems are really not that big of a deal and deal breakers. And like I said, all the pros, the quality, the reliability, the extruder kit, the support rods, the speed, the Core XZ, the non-leveling, all of those pros are going to easily outweigh the two cons that I have. So I highly recommend getting this printer at the $300 price point, and I don't see why they're not going to make it go down lower just because of more holiday sales. Now it's almost Christmas, but I know for a fact they're going to do a New Year's sale. I know for a fact they are, so just keep on the lookout for them sales and you can scoop up this printer easily. But that is all that I got to say about this printer. It is an amazing printer and I really recommend you go out and get one. This video is not sponsored, by the way. It ain't sponsored. But Creality, if y'all do want to sponsor me, y'all see I'm talking about y'all stuff. I got 2 Creality printers. If y'all want to sponsor me, you know where I'm at, you know where my email is. Come hit me. That's gonna do it for this video. I know y'all can tell I'm under the weather. I am very sick right now. I don't know why sickness is going around. It is flu season and I probably picked up the flu at work or something like that because I am very sick, but I still needed to grind. I still need to get this video out. So this video thankfully was a chilled and more laid back video. I don't have to explain props. I don't have to explain all that. So I could just chill and just talk about a printer that I use and run. So bear with me. This sickness is going to pass. I'm going to make another video soon. I still probably will be sick for the next video y'all see. So bear with me. As y'all seen, I got Elvis Charisma coming soon for a video as well. Stay tuned for that. I got a lot of projects on the way. I got Jabber coming. Yes, got Shiakuda. Jabber, I am going to cosplay that. I am going to make his claws. I'm going to make his lamp. I'm going to make all of his accessories. Stay tuned. That is going to be a very fun project that I'm actually going to work on after this video. Stay tuned for that. On that note, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, your night, whenever y'all motherfuckers is watching this video. And as always, keep designing, making it, and building. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.